Far out, bro. He raided me? Hey guys. Oh my gosh. Hello. Yeah, we're doing an IRL traditional art thing. I will have a bit of occasional background noise though. Hello. There she is. Yeah, g'day, g'day. Whichever language. Hello, greetings, g'day, zdravo, buongiorno, I don't know. Yes, we're doing traditional art. I have a very special drawing I need to do for someone today, and I figured let's stream it. It's gonna look a little bit funny, but at least this way I get to actually keep a VOD of it too. Yeah, Gesundheit. Appropriate. Very appropriate. I might get some music going, but I don't know how I'm gonna do that because I'm using my phone as the webcam, and then I've got my laptop set up so I can read Twitch chat a bit better. But the good old pencil. I have to get the art reference set up so I can have that on my laptop screen. Otherwise, if I have it on the phone screen, the phone's going to keep going to sleep and I'm going to lose it. You got a speaker? Not really. When I do the digital art, I'll just stream directly from the laptop, but because this is traditional, it was just easier to do it through the phone. Apparently, it was just more stable. Bonjour, j'espère que vous allez bien. Something was good, steeple. I don't speak much French. I don't really know French. My mum knows French. I don't know French. I think I made that joke to her once. I'm like, one day we need to go to Switzerland together. And she was like, okay, where are you going with this? And I said, well, I know Italian. You know French. We both know some German. We'd probably do just fine in Switzerland. And she could not stop laughing. She's like, yeah, you're right. Hello, I hope you're well. Merci beaucoup. I think I don't have too much of an accent. Merci beaucoup. Yeah, I probably sound so bad. I've not learned a day of French. I don't know much. I've been to France and I felt bad because I just kept saying, parlez-vous anglais, because I did not know French. I just felt bad because when I travel, I make an effort to try and speak the language of the place I'm going to, even if it's broken. Okay, so the thing I'm going to draw today is a car, a very strange car, not usually the type of car that people want to draw when they draw something for somebody, but it'll be cool. It'll be cool. It's this model, but I want a specific angle of the car. So where I'm going to find the right angle I want to draw, I guess is the next thing. Maybe this one? I guess you guys can't see what I'm looking at, but just bear with me while I find it. Everyone in France speaks English better than I'll ever be able to speak French. That is true. And French people are really harsh, right? Like, they're the type of people that would get offended at you speaking French badly. Certain countries, like cultures, they get really impressed if someone even knows how to speak even a little bit of their language. They're like, oh my gosh, bravo, you can do a bit, hey, bless, They love the effort. And some people like French, they just go, oh my gosh, you sound so bad, please stop. It's just like a cultural thing. Like, they're just like, if you're going to do it right. No, I think the one I was looking at first was a better angle. I want to do like a dynamic angle. I don't just want a side profile, I want to do something a bit fancier. Oh, if I do this angle, it's going to kill me because of the tires. I don't really like drawing wheels and tires that much, even though I draw cars a lot. Yeah, we'll go for the original idea, I think, with this reference image. You guys can't see it, but it'll make sense in a moment. Hi, Mugen. Good to see you. Hang on, you're Spanish, right? Hola. Or Mexican. You speak Spanish? Hola. Languages. We were just talking about languages. Anyway, I appreciate you guys coming from Udai's stream. You probably heard me yakking along in there. I've known Udai a long time, so I appreciate the raid. I think I forgot to say that. I was just kind of dumbfounded. But yeah, those of you who are new here, my name's K9. I'm an artist for a living, and I also am obsessed with anything retro, whether it be computers, video games, arcade machines, all that fun stuff. Not Mexican, sorry. Did I get you mistaken for somebody else? I did, Mugen. I'm so sorry. I'm getting so confused. We have so many new Jack X people. I could have sworn some of them were Mexican that joined. One of them was... or were you Portuguese? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm forgetting. I'm really sorry. I'm getting everyone mixed up now. I've got the image. Yes. Okay, now the boring part. It's okay, somebody asking for what is my country. I mean, you don't have to answer, but I was... You're definitely European, that's for sure. You're European. I'm certain joined have been Europeans. It's been cool. You know, I'm going to move this back a bit so I have a bit more room to put my hands. So I don't have a fancy easel, you know, we're using this. I have to map this out, so the car is going to come from this angle. So here's the riveting part of trying to map out the car. Me, are you kidding me? Again, I'm sorry. We actually do have a fair bunch of Spanish-speaking players in the community now. But I think there's some Portuguese people, and there's French people, and obviously most of us are English. Most of the admin team are American or Oceanian, so... See, this car has a long wheelbase. I'll tell you guys what it is in a moment. I'm just trying to make sense of it, and it's a very shapely kind of car. So this will probably be the butt, I guess. And then here would be, I guess, this part of the car while we form the shape. It does have a bit of bubbleness to it, but it is I guess it's a station wagon van of sorts. It's got a pretty long wheelbase, so it's not what I usually draw. I mean, usually I'm drawing like Japanese sports cars and stuff, so it's a bit out of my comfort zone, but you know what, I welcome the challenge. And then there's like another rectangle down here to go up that way, because we need to start with the crazy boxes. This will make the proportions look a bit better, because when I go straight into drawing, you wind up with something looking really squished. What is beautiful illustration time? I am drawing a car. Okay, now that I've finally got it mapped out, I don't think most of you have heard of this car before. It's called a Volkswagen Sharon. Apparently it went by other names, I think, in the US. I mean, not in the US, the UK. The UK had this car badged as had it badged as a Ford, apparently. But originally, it was a Volkswagen. But yeah, I'm drawing this for somebody, and it's going to be a pretty sentimental gift for them, so I thought that'd be cool to stream that today. So yeah, I usually draw Japanese cars, so it's different drawing a European minivan, basically. But it's going to look bubbly, it's going to have a big butt, so we can make butt jokes if you want. And then the wheel arches are here, so we'll need to map that. I really don't like drawing wheels, but cars have wheels, I have to get good. And then you got a bigger wheel arch here, but that's the problem, is mapping out the length of the wheelbase. We need to go back a bit, like here. It's about here, like so. You're an artist too, Mugen? Oh, nice. Well, if you ever want to share anything that you draw in the server, you can do it in the off-topic chat. We don't mind. People do share stuff that they do. Okay, and then it goes about there. I think I've bitten off a bit more than I could chew. I will try and put some music on, but it's probably going to be like pretty faint. Just because we're playing from my phone, so... There's a lot of planning, and yeah, I'm drawing this at a really funny angle. Because I'm too hard on myself. I don't want to just draw a side profile. Something like that. It is a car. It goes vroom vroom. These things are kind of icons for Europe, I think. These cars are iconic. I have a lot of fond memories in one too, to be honest. There's just something like, I'm sure some of you guys can maybe relate to like going camping with your family and being, you know, shoved in a minivan or a caravan or something where you have, you know, 7 seats or whatever. For art, I mostly do 3D modeling, but currently working on your pixel art UI HUD program. No, honestly, that sounds really cool. I don't think I've ever met anyone who was literally making their own program. That's really impressive, honestly. Okay, how does that sound for music? I don't want it to overpower me, so... It's just whatever video game music's on this computer. But yeah, literally coding your own program, that's impressive. Can't do traditional art? It's definitely tricky. I don't do it as often as I used to, but I still like to do it time to time. Like, most of my commissions are digital. It's just easier to do stuff for clients digital. But I still draw traditional for my own personal use for like my portfolio and stuff. Like, this is something I drew recently. I was drawing these frogs, and I'm really happy with them. They're pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with these. And then I've got some other drawings here, but they're some other ink drawings, but you guys won't really care for those. This one I did the other day. I still haven't posted it yet, but the frogs are awesome, thank you. Yeah, I've got some coloured markers, so what was it, last stream we were just doing some funny marker drawings. Let's see if I can find them. Here we go. We got Perry. I had this requested last stream, and what was this, Keropi? Yeah, Keropi from the Hello Kitty gang. Most of the other stuff in here is like inked. Like, I had this one of a goose, but I didn't finish it because my blue markers are way too dark, and it's just gonna bleed through the paper and look ridiculous, so I'll have to finish that some other time. But, what was it? Back to my Volkswagen. This is just gonna be inked normally. Oh yeah, Fuba doesn't do skipping. Prefer drawing on pencil and paper when traveling? Yeah, it's definitely nice. That's why it's a smaller sketchbook. It's not a full size one. It's just something small that I can like carry in my bag and just get a quick drawing done. So once I finish this drawing, I do intend to scan it to my computer and make a digital version as well. But I want to have a normal ink physically give to them. I'm trying to play music that isn't insanely loud and distracting. We'll leave it like that. Quack 9. I didn't draw a duck, but yeah, Quack 9. Problem with traditional art is the glaring lack of an undo button. Absolutely. Yeah, again, most of my artwork is digital because that's where the money is. Plus, I I've just been doing a lot more of it over the years. But yeah, I do love taking my own pen and paper on the go and just drawing stuff when I'm out and about. I mostly do like creatures and cars and stuff, but sometimes occasionally I'll do backgrounds. But yeah, I'm trying to just plan this out because cars are just not... They're not the easiest thing to start off with. They're very intimidating. We'll fix the mirror later, but that's going to be roughly how big it is out here. Yeah, okay, if I do it like that. I can move the wheel over a bit more. That's actually good. Okay, there we go. Something like that. It's already starting to take shape. Would love to get back into art eventually to be able to table at a con. Yeah, Phoenix, if you make that happen, we will table together. Because I am too chicken to go do it on my own. I need another artist with me. So if you want to do that, we'll have to make that happen. I mean, you were like doing like knitting and stuff at one point, weren't you? I mean, that stuff would probably sell well at a con. Split the cost? Exactly. I would rather, you know, split the cost and table with somebody rather than it be super stressful on my own, because I was thinking of tabling, but every time I think about doing it, I get so overwhelmed with the costs of everything and how I've never done it before, and it's definitely very intimidating. And I already had a friend that just started tabling recently, but he goes to the sorts of conventions that I don't really go to, so I saw him do it and I'm thinking, if he can do it, why can't I? What's my problem? Oh, I just realised, no. Okay, the wheel arch will expand out here. I'm getting confused because it's a 4-door van and I'm not mapping this out correctly. Oopsie, give me a sec. I think it's like $500, so it's a big cost up front. Yeah, that's the nerve-wracking part. And then I'm worried that nobody's going to buy my stuff. I'm just definitely concerned that I'm going to go to a convention and then nobody's going to buy my stuff. Yeah, I haven't drawn this long enough because I can't fit both doors. I'm going to have to stretch this out more. Hang on. At least I found my other rubber. Plus, I bought 2 more of them from the art shop, which is good. So if this one goes bad, I've got 2 other smaller ones that I can use, and they're pretty good quality as well. Oh yeah, and this thing has it has roof racks of sorts as well, so I have to remember to draw those. They're just smaller ones that go off the side like this. You know, you can like, I guess you can attach skis to them, or maybe, probably not a surfboard, but you could probably attach skis along those ones. They look just thin enough, which makes sense for Europe. Feel the same about mine. It's definitely a tricky thing because whenever I see artists, I think, man, these artists are way more famous than I am. And that's probably why they're able to make sales. But at the same time, like, I don't know most of them, and I still would be willing to buy from many of them if they're good enough. So maybe I'm just being hard on myself. Did have a good time at Supernova, lots of great artists, so I'm glad I decided to stay home instead of going on the Saturday after that night. Oh, I did hear that some bad stuff happened there, but I'm glad that you had a good time. I did hear about that one guy that, I don't know, went crazy with a car or something. I'm just glad that you had a good time. Where's the window? Where's the window? Okay, I just need to look at it from a distance. Okay. It's looking like it. I think I've mostly mapped it out. I'm still just a bit worried about the window, but I guess once I tidy it up, it should be fine. I will have to grab a sharpener, though, because this is starting to go dull. It's good for the sketching process, but for the cleaner part of the drawing, I obviously need to sharpen it, or just get another grey lead pencil. So I'll quickly grab that. Okay, angles are hard, man. I'm a bit concerned with the angle. It's tough to do this. Do you have a reference off camera? I'm definitely not drawing from memory, Steve. Well, let me show you. So, I've just got it up on my laptop here. That's the car. It's a Volkswagen Sharon. But yeah, apparently in the UK they were sometimes badged as a Ford, but they are Volkswagen cars. So, but yeah, it's going to be a sentimental drawing for somebody. So it's not the most conventional thing that a car person would ask. Yeah, it's a cute little minivan basically. I've done many a road trip in a car like this. They're really comfortable. They've got 7 seats. They even have they have built-in DVD players in the headrest. They're really roomy. Like honestly, if you had to do a road trip around Europe, a car like this is really good. I must say, they're pretty comfy. One of those guys, yeah. No, if I was drawing like digitally, I would have just done a direct capture, but because it's traditional, it's like, oh, I'll just use my phone. It'll be easier. But because of the angle I'm looking at, it's like I'm concerned that, yeah, this is not the right angle for the headlights. Like, I think I'm curving it too much this way. So I'm probably going to need to rub this side off and do it again. I'm not happy with it. It's not matching the angle of the reference over here. So I need to do it again, but it's me angles, man. I need to flip my canvas. Flip my canvas. It's traditional art, but you get what I mean. It's an actual canvas. It needs to bend more that way. Like that. Like that. This is gonna get like rubbed out so many times, but once it's inked, I think it's gonna look great. Google says we're still the VW Sharon in the UK. It maybe went by a different name, but like, I don't know. I was just weirdly reading about it earlier today, and they were like, oh, it was badged as something else. And I'm like, since when? I always knew it as a VW Sharon. Or Sharan, I think is how they pronounced it in Germany, but my accent. The thing about different badges reminds me of how much it bothers me when people put Chevy on their Holdens. Yeah, why? You already have this really cool identity of having the Australian car. Australian. It kind of doesn't make sense. Actually, Phoenix, there's a really funny thing that I discovered on Instagram. There's one dude in Russia. I guess he briefly lived in Australia or something. He imported his Commodore. It was a Commodore Ute. I think like a VY or VZ Ute. He imported it back to Russia when he moved there, and he still drives it daily and uses it. I thought that was really funny. I think he moved back like before the war started or whatever, but he still runs his Instagram account. And he just drives it around, and I'm just like, there's just a random Holden in Russia. That's pretty funny. Like, who decided, like, it just goes to show that if you have a dream, just go for your dreams. And if your dream is to import your beloved car to another country, then do it. This bit's gonna be black, just to remind me. And then there's a retro plate right here. And then right under that you've got a bit of a smiley mouth thing. And then there's a really small silver lip here. I'll get there eventually. This is just gonna look like that for now. I need to do the wheels. The wheels are gonna be the hardest part. This is definitely a little bit easier with digital art, because usually with digital art, you know, you can skew it and mess around with it a little bit, quote unquote, it's cheating, but you know, you can do that kind of stuff. With paper, it's like, oh, I gotta keep rubbing it out until I'm happy with it. Oh, glory to the minivan. On rims. Rims are pain. Saw an '04 Monaro with a Chevy badge one time and nearly crashed out. Yeah, I bet that would have been annoying. Yeah, I do this to myself. It's perfectly round, but the wheel is not supposed to be perfectly round. It is an angle. It's an angle, you know? Angles, canine. Use your brain. Like that. I keep telling myself it'll make sense eventually. Once it all comes together, you know? Channel my inner Kronk. It's all coming together. That's your little indicator light, because it was modern enough to have those. I think there were later model Sharons, so there's like newer models, but this is definitely the iconic one. The one that has all the cool fancy features. Like I said, very spacious car. And having its own built-in entertainment system was definitely a huge bonus. And then that's your fuel cap, I guess? Yeah. I'm just putting like a small guideline here because that's where the shading would be. That's where I guess the car actually curves a bit downward. I will fix that eventually. Ah. Yeah, this wheel came out good. This one, still wonky. I still need to fix this. But hey, if we get this whole back bit done, then this bit will be an easy fix. So this bit is actually good. I can't wait until I get to ink this thing, because then I know I would have done it right. Alright, there's a little, I don't know what you'd call this strip, like a panda line. I guess that's what Initial D nerds call it, because the Panda Trueno has the black stripes going on the side. That's what gave it the panda nickname, but other cars obviously have it too, but I guess it was just iconic with Initial D because it was a black and white car and it was the size of a panda, I guess was the idea. They did that a lot with their cars, give them funny nicknames like people who would drive S13s, like kind of like what Mako and Sayuki drive in the show. People who actually used to do that mod on their car. I think they used to call it like the Ichigo or something. They used to make a joke about strawberries as what they called the mod. It's funny. Languages are funny like that. It's not looking bad. I'm just gonna pause for a second and get a drink. I need to hydrate. I'll leave that there so you guys see the progress. I need to keep my hydration up, especially today, chat. I had my teeth done, so my gums still hurt. Alright. That's looking that's looking okay. I do apologize for the background noise. It's actually looking like it now. It's actually shaping up. I know I'm probably going to have to rework the window on the side here a bit, but not too much. It's looking okay. I am going to take some artistic liberties and not add in the stuff that's in the reflection because, you know, it's an inked drawing, so I don't want to get too crazy. Like, I want to just have normal window details and not the, we'll act like it's tinted basically, so we can do some fun window reflections rather than drawing windshield wipers and stuff, which is just going to look too distracting. I think it's going to look too messy. So yeah, I think I'll just do some reflections on the windows. It'll look nice, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think this left headlight needs to be fixed a bit. Still looks like it's a bit odd on this side. Otherwise, the rest of it I'm happy with. And I gotta still do the rims too. Yeah, yeah, boy. I think we got it. Oh, this is good. This is good. Somehow this headlight's now too. I'm going to keep working on this, and then I'm going to fix the rims, and then I think we're almost ready to be inking. If anybody else, whoops, focus. If anybody else wants to point anything else. If anyone else would like to point something else out, let me know. Sorry, I got cut off there for a sec, but yeah. I think it's looking good. If there's anything else pointed out. Oh man, how many spokes do the rims have? Great, let's figure this out together. 3, 6. Hang on. There's 3 there, and there's 6. 9 spoke rims. Okay, I've never done 9 spokes. No worries, Phoenix. Have a good sleep. Thanks for dropping by. I'll definitely post this once it's finished. Alright, cool. Ooh, yes. I think we have it. Somehow the mirror looks a bit big. I think the mirror is a bit big. It's the right shape. It's just too big. The mirror's too big. I don't want to keep nitpicking at it, but yeah, the mirror's too big. Otherwise, I think I'm pretty happy to ink this. And you know, at the end of the day, artistic representation, it's not going to be one-to-one exactly like a photograph. So let me fix this mirror. We just say mirror. Yeah, the window actually was too small anyway, because it needs to line up closer to this window here. I think I'm going to call that done, otherwise I'll be at this all day, and then once I ink it, it should look better. I think I'm ready. Okay, I'll leave it there for a moment so I can quickly have a quick 5-minute break whilst I grab something to munch on, because I haven't really eaten as much as I'd like, so I'm gonna try and eat something. Okay, I'm definitely fearing doing the inking part, but we're going to do the inking part. I'm also going to try and take a photo of this before I ink it, in case I don't like it, and then at least I'll have some way of salvaging it. So I'll grab my other phone here, because I can't really tab out. Yep, there we go. Good to have progress shots anyway. Whenever I do traditional art, I like to take progress shots anyway. So, alright. I only have the one fine liner here. What thickness it is anymore because the information has been rubbed off of the barrel from how much I use these. I think it's an 0.4 from memory, which is a pretty standard size. Come on, camera, focus. Focus. Well, you know what to focus. You're focusing on the glass. It's focusing on the glass. It's focusing on the wrong thing, isn't it? There we go. Yeah, see? Oh, yeah, I just had it. Yeah. I just wiped it off of the sides because it was leaking, so that's not a great start. Hopefully it doesn't leak on the actual art piece. Alright. Did I lose the stream? Sorry, I think the stream maybe has maybe crashed. Come on. Hello. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. I hope we're still here. Thank you for sticking around. Hopefully it's going to behave itself now. I don't know where that came from. I'm trying to keep a steady hand. Come on, please keep a steady hand. Dang it. I'm just trying to keep a steady hand. It's getting tricky. It's definitely shaky work trying to do traditional. You really need to keep steady, but even so, I'm only human. Well, I appreciate everyone who's been able to stick around and watch, even if you are just lurking as I do this. It's still really awesome. I think this should ink up okay. And like I said, once I'm done with it, I'll definitely send a copy over digitally and possibly paint it in colour digitally. That could be cool, to have two versions of it. Because there are ways of grabbing your scanned work and then converting it into line art. There's a couple ways to do it. Not sure which method I'll use, but you know, it pays to experiment, right? So I might make a digital version as well, playing around with shading. But even just inking, like, I haven't done inking in so long, and now over the past couple weeks I've been doing it again, which has been refreshing. Good way to motivate me artistically. I could use like a Sharpie marker, but honestly I'm just scared it's going to leak a lot more than I want it to. So I'd rather just take my time using the fine liner like I am. I think most of the rest of the shading from this point on is going to be, you know, some form of cross-hatching or pointillism or regular hatching, because we want to be able to differentiate the different shaded black parts. So yeah, it's gone along. It's just the angle of the image won't look the best, but yeah. Heck yeah, brother. I think this is actually looking good. I'm just gonna pop it down so I can finish it. Hey Nuno, good to see ya. Just working on a drawing. Getting close to done with it. Drawing it's a Volkswagen Sharon, which is a minivan. Very popular European minivan. So it's a sentimental art piece that I'm giving to someone. It's for someone who will very much appreciate it. Okay, hoping I can finish this soon because I'm getting hungry again. Oh, hungry K9. Seven passages probably. I had a Citroen C4 Grunt Picasso. Yes, Nuno. So I'll show you what the car is. Here you go. Volkswagen Sharon. Pretty common car in Germany. But yeah, 7-seater. Has it has DVD players in the back seats, so if you've got kids and stuff, they can actually watch movies whilst you're on a long road trip. I'll have to look up the Citroen C4. Let's see. As far as I'm aware, those were sedans, right? But Grand Picasso. Let's have a look. I'm just loading the web page. When my internet gets there eventually. Oh, I see. I see. One of these, huh? Yeah, one of these. Or maybe like a different version of it, but yeah, big car. cool. (2011) one? Oh, very nice, very nice. Yeah, minivans are underrated. If you want to go on like on a journey, get a spacious minivan. Can fit everybody in it. Easy. Okay. I like it, I like it. Well, the song was saying that, but also I'm liking how it's looking. Okay, now I get to do all the funky shading part, making it stand out a bit more and adding some details to the headlights and stuff. I don't know what I want to do for the registration plate, so maybe I'll leave that blank and do that last. Okay. When finished, you need to frame it and hang it on the wall. That will kind of happen, Nuno. So I am drawing this for somebody, and I have a feeling that he will probably frame it and put it somewhere. He'll be very happy. It's a pretty sentimental photo because they're sentimental like the car. And I think they're all going to like it, but especially, yeah, he's going to really like this, I think, once it's done. Just let me fix something quickly. You think I'm a natural? Thanks for that, Nuno. I appreciate the feedback, the compliments. Okay, I think next to do is the windows, which I gotta be as light as I can with the hatching on that so it doesn't look too distracting, but hopefully I'll get that right. Oh, and I gotta do the headlights too, so... Time to fetch kids from school, want to see the finished drawing. Yeah, definitely. I will showcase this. I will be keeping this VOD and posting it to YouTube, and I will post the finished artwork to my Instagram and stuff. I had background noise again. Just to reiterate, I will be posting this stuff to my social media, so this VOD will be saved to YouTube, and I will be posting the artwork to Instagram and my other platforms, so please feel free to check out my other stuff. Big thank you. We are getting close to done with this, though. These windows, I think the windshield windows, you know what I meant to say, is what's next to do. I think a little bit more shading here as well, just to give that bit of dimension too. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're done. Pretty darn happy with that. I don't know whether to shade the front a bit more. Maybe add a little bit more shading on the front, but no, I'm otherwise very content with this. I think he's gonna love it. He's going to love it. Alright, pretty fine work in 2.5 hours, chat. I am happy with this. Again, I'm not sure what to do for the registration plate, but maybe I'll write a personal reference for them. But I'll do that off camera. So yeah, we are done. Thank you so much for watching. If you need to play back any of this, it will be archived to YouTube, and also please check out my other social media profiles, including my Instagram, and as previously mentioned, you know, YouTube and all that, all my art portfolio, all that fun stuff. Thank you so much. I'm glad this turned out well. I really think he's gonna love this. Really. Not to toot my own horn, I just think he will like this. But yeah, this was definitely a challenge, drawing a minivan, having the shape. So yeah, I'm absolutely wrapped, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. I'll probably raid you guys off now, but yeah, again, cheers so much.